You thought I forgot you, but I was working in silence. Listen closely, chosen one. This is not your defeat. This is your divine moment awakening. You have been attacked, misunderstood, pushed to the edge of breaking. But heaven was watching every tear you never spoke aloud, every door that slammed shut. I closed it on purpose. Every betrayal that hurt deeper than words, I allowed it to prepare you. Because something has shifted. Something spiritual just turned in your favor. The enemy thought you were finished, but I was only beginning your reversal. You feel the weight lifting, don't you? You feel the storm losing strength around your destiny. That struggle was not punishment. It was preparation for power you were never ready to carry before. Stay with me, because what I am about to release into your life is not small. It is divine, it is irreversible, and it is finally in full power. You felt it, didn't you? That deep loneliness that made you wonder if I had walked away from you. The nights when your prayers felt like they were hitting silent ceilings. The moments when you asked me, God, where were you when I was hurting? Listen to me now, my chosen one. I was never absent, not for 1 second. Your pain was not abandonment. It was protection wearing the disguise of silence. You wanted certain doors to stay open. You wanted certain people to stay in your life. You believed those relationships, those opportunities, those dreams were your future. But I saw what you could not see. I saw the hidden intentions behind smiles. I saw the spiritual traps disguised as blessings. So I allowed things to break before they could break you permanently. I allowed the distance. I allowed the heartbreak. Because I was shielding your destiny from a season you were not meant to survive in spiritually. You thought you were being rejected, but in heaven's language I was saying, not yet. You are too valuable for that environment. Your calling is too heavy for those hands to carry. The pain you felt was not punishment. It was refinement. Like gold placed in fire, not to destroy it, but to remove everything that was not pure purpose inside of you. You cried because you felt replaced. But you were actually being reserved. You were being hidden like treasure underground, waiting for the exact moment I would reveal you in power. Because chosen one, there is a version of you that only emerges after survival, after endurance, after learning how to stand alone with me when no one else understood. Those seasons of isolation were not empty seasons. They were training grounds for authority you could not have carried earlier. I was teaching your spirit how to walk without needing approval from people who were never meant to walk with you into your destiny territory. And now, listen closely. Something in your life is shifting. The pain that once felt like defeat is turning into spiritual strength you can feel in your bones. You are beginning to stand differently, speak differently, believe differently. That is not coincidence. That is destiny waking up inside you. Do not rush what I am building in your life, because what I protect I also perfect. And what I have been protecting in you is about to be revealed in ways that will make your past pain finally make sense. You were never abandoned. You were being guarded by love stronger than your fear, stronger than your doubts, stronger than the voices that told you that you were forgotten. You were never alone. I was preparing you for this moment of destiny awakening, and it is only just beginning. You kept replaying those moments of rejection in your mind, didn't you? The phone calls that never came back. The interviews where they chose someone else. The friendships that faded without explanation. The love that turned cold when you needed warmth the most. And in those quiet moments, you wondered if something was wrong with you. You wondered if you were too much, too emotional, too different, or simply not enough. But listen to me, my chosen one. Hear my voice beyond your doubts. Every rejection was never meant to destroy your confidence. It was me redirecting your destiny path. What you called rejection was actually spiritual protection in disguise. I was guarding your calling from environments that would have diluted your purpose. Because I did not create you to survive small rooms of limitation. I created you to walk in spaces prepared for your destiny authority. There were people who walked away from you because they could not recognize the spiritual weight you carry. They saw your struggle, but they did not see the strength I was building inside you. They saw your beginning seasons, but I was already writing your ending victory story. You were never rejected because you were unworthy. You were rejected because your assignment was too great to be shaped by the wrong hands. Do you remember how it felt when someone else was chosen over you? The sting in your heart. The silent nights when you tried to smile but felt invisible. That was not the sound of failure. That was the sound of me removing you from spiritual collisions you could not see coming. Because sometimes, what feels like loss is actually divine rescue. You are being redirected toward people, opportunities, and purposes aligned with the blueprint I designed for your life. I closed doors because those doors led to versions of you that were smaller than your destiny calling. I loved you too much to let you settle into places where your spirit would slowly shrink just to be accepted. Listen carefully now, because this is where hope rises. The rejection you experienced is becoming your testimony of authority. You will speak to people who feel overlooked, and they will feel hope return to their hearts when they hear your story. Because you are not just surviving rejection, you are transforming it into spiritual strength. There is power in the way you are learning to walk forward without needing everyone to approve of your journey. That is spiritual maturity. That is destiny preparation. That is how chosen people are made ready for impact. And now, something is shifting in your life. The same doors that once closed are preparing to open wider than you ever imagined. But this time, when I open them, you will not enter as someone seeking validation. You will enter as someone carrying authority. Do not grieve the rejection anymore, because every person, every opportunity, every moment that walked away was only making space for what I have already prepared to run toward you with divine timing. And what I have prepared for you is greater than what you lost. Always. You wondered why the battles felt so intense, didn't you? Why the attacks came suddenly, relentlessly, sometimes from places and people you never expected. You started to feel like you were under constant pressure, like something unseen was trying to break your spirit, your faith, your confidence in who I created you to be. But hear me clearly, my chosen one. The warfare you faced was not because you were weak. It was because you were powerful in the spiritual realm, long before you saw evidence of it in the physical world. Darkness does not waste energy attacking what is insignificant. The intensity of the battle around you was never about destruction. It was about resistance against the authority I placed inside your spirit. There were nights when you felt surrounded, when anxiety whispered that you were alone, when doubt tried to convince you that your prayers were unnoticed. But I was watching. I was standing in the unseen places of your life, strengthening your inner spirit while the storms circled around you. Because I knew something about you that you were just beginning to discover. You are not ordinary in the spiritual sense. You carry authority that threatens the systems of darkness, trying to keep people trapped in fear, pain, and hopelessness. The spiritual attacks you endured were not random chaos. They were strategic resistance against the destiny I placed on your life. The more you prayed when you were tired, the more you kept moving forward when you wanted to quit, the more you refused to surrender to despair, the more you were proving that your spirit was becoming stronger than the battles around you. There were moments when you felt like you were being targeted emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like everything was coming against you at once. That was because your calling is not small. You were not designed to live quietly in spiritual mediocrity. You were designed to carry light into places where darkness had become comfortable, and darkness always reacts when light begins to grow stronger. You survived battles that were meant to silence your voice. You kept believing when circumstances tried to teach you to give up. You kept standing when everything inside you felt exhausted. That resilience was not stubbornness, it was spiritual authority learning how to rise. Listen to me closely now. The warfare is changing because you are changing. You are no longer the version of yourself that could be easily shaken. Your prayers carry weight now. Your faith carries presence. Your story carries spiritual impact. Soon, you will look back at these battles and realize they were training you to carry greater influence, greater responsibility, greater spiritual impact. The darkness did not fight you because it had power over you. It fought you because it recognized what you were becoming. And now the victory is not just survival. The victory is authority. The victory is destiny walking boldly into your life. And you are ready for what comes next. You felt it, didn't you? That quiet, heavy silence around your life. The moments when you realized certain voices were fading away. The invitations stopped coming. The conversations became shorter. The people you once depended on slowly drifted from your daily life. And in that loneliness, you asked me, God, why am I so alone? Listen to me, my chosen one. Your isolation was never punishment. It was not rejection from heaven. It was training, sacred training. I was teaching you how to recognize my voice above the noise of human opinions, human expectations, and human fears. Because I knew something about your destiny that you did not yet understand. You cannot carry the weight of your calling while constantly needing approval from everyone around you. There were too many voices speaking into your life. Voices telling you who you should be, how you should act, what success should look like, what your destiny was supposed to feel like. But my voice was getting lost beneath the crowd of expectations. So I gently removed you from environments where you were spiritually overwhelmed by opinions, but underfaced by truth. You thought isolation meant you were forgotten, but I was actually drawing you closer to me in a deeper, more intimate way. I wanted you to know the sound of my voice when no one else was speaking. I wanted you to learn how my guidance feels inside your spirit, like peace even in uncertainty, like calm confidence even when the future is unclear. There were nights when you sat in silence and felt emotional heaviness. Nights when you scrolled through memories of people who no longer walked beside you. Nights when you wondered if something was wrong with you because you were walking a different path. But I was teaching you something powerful in those quiet seasons. I was teaching you spiritual independence from validation addiction. I was teaching you how to stand firm even when no one was cheering for you. Because chosen one, your destiny will require you to make decisions when no one understands your vision. You will have to walk forward when others question your direction. You will have to trust my guidance when logic cannot explain your path. That is why I had to teach your spirit how to recognize truth beyond human approval. You are learning to move differently now, aren't you? More confident, more peaceful inside your spirit, less shaken by criticism, less desperate for acceptance. That is not emotional detachment. That is spiritual maturity being formed inside you. The isolation you felt was actually intimacy being built between your spirit and my purpose for your life. Because I needed to speak to you without distraction. I needed to prepare you for destiny assignments where you will stand alone in courage while carrying responsibility for others. And now, listen carefully, because this is where hope rises. The season of isolation is ending, not because you failed the lesson, but because you have learned how to hear my voice clearly. And when I bring you back into influence, you will carry wisdom, strength, and spiritual clarity you never had before. You were never alone. You were being prepared to lead from a place of divine guidance, not human approval. And what I am building in your life now will be stronger than anything loneliness tried to steal from you. You have been waiting, haven't you? Watching time pass slowly, while something deep inside your spirit kept whispering that change was coming. There were days when you almost lost hope. Days when you wondered if your prayers were simply being carried away by silence. But hear me now, my chosen one, your breakthrough is already moving toward you. You just cannot see it yet. Because the breakthrough I am releasing into your life is not loud at first. It does not always announce itself with applause. It does not always arrive with celebration music or public recognition. Sometimes, my greatest works begin quietly, like seeds growing beneath dark soil, where no one can see the miracle happening underground. You cried in private while the world saw you smiling. You kept fighting when you felt emotionally exhausted. You kept believing even when circumstances looked unchanged. That perseverance was not wasted time. That was spiritual construction. I was building a foundation inside your spirit strong enough to carry what I am about to release into your life. There were moments when you wanted your breakthrough to come faster. You wanted proof that your suffering had meaning, but I was working in layers you could not perceive. I was aligning people, opportunities, divine timing, and spiritual preparation behind the scenes of your life's story. Because if I released your breakthrough too early, you would have stepped into it without the wisdom to sustain it. Listen closely. The breakthrough is already breathing around your future. It is moving quietly through closed doors that are about to open. It is shifting circumstances you thought were permanent. The same systems that once limited you are being spiritually rearranged without you having to force change. You are beginning to feel small signs of transformation, aren't you? More peace in your thoughts, more confidence in your decisions, more strength to walk away from things that drain your spirit. That is not coincidence. That is breakthrough preparation showing itself inside your character before it manifests in your environment. Because, my chosen one, I do not only release blessings, I prepare you to carry them without losing yourself in the process. You are not just entering a season of receiving. You are entering a season of becoming someone who can hold destiny without breaking under its weight. The world will not always recognize your breakthrough the moment it begins. But you will feel it first. You will feel something shifting in your spirit, old fears losing power, old wounds losing control over your emotions. That is what breakthrough feels like before it becomes visible. And when it finally becomes public, when people start seeing what I have been doing in your life, they will think it happened suddenly. But you will know the truth. You will know that I was working quietly in your story all along. So keep standing, keep believing, keep moving forward even in uncertainty. Because your breakthrough is not just coming, it is already on its way toward you, moving with divine purpose, moving with perfect timing, moving with love stronger than your pain. And very soon your life will begin to show what I have been building in silence. You thought those experiences would destroy you, didn't you? There were moments when life felt too heavy to carry. Moments when betrayal cut deeper than you expected. Moments when disappointment sat on your chest like you could barely breathe. You wondered how much more you could endure before something inside you finally gave up. But listen to me now, my chosen one. What tried to break you is not winning. It is being transformed inside you into supernatural strength. I saw every moment you felt emotionally crushed, but kept moving forward anyway. I saw the days when you had to speak encouragement to yourself, because no one else understood what you were fighting internally. I saw the silent battles, the anxiety, the fear, the memories that tried to pull you backward into pain. And I did not stop those battles, because I was building something inside your spirit that cannot be built any other way. Because strength that is meant to carry destiny is not born in comfort. It is forged in pressure, like something precious being refined through fire, until everything fragile is removed and only spiritual resilience remains. You are not the same person you were when those struggles first began. You are stronger in ways that cannot always be measured by the physical world. The things that once made you feel weak are now becoming sources of power in your testimony. Your emotional wounds are becoming wisdom. Your pain is becoming spiritual sensitivity to the suffering of others. Your survival is becoming authority in the spiritual realm. You will speak to people who are where you once were, and they will feel hope return to their spirits because of what I allowed you to endure. You wondered why certain seasons felt like you were constantly under pressure. Why relationships, finances, emotional stability, or spiritual peace felt like they were being tested repeatedly. That was not chaos. That was transformation happening inside your soul. Because I was not just trying to save you from pain, I was turning pain into power. You are starting to notice something different inside yourself now, aren't you? A quiet confidence replacing fear. A deeper emotional stability forming inside your heart. A courage that doesn't depend on external validation. That is supernatural strength growing quietly inside your spirit. What tried to break you is now becoming the very foundation of your authority. The same areas where you once felt weak will become the areas where you carry the greatest influence. You will help others survive what once tried to destroy you. And listen carefully, because this is important. You are not surviving by accident. You are being transformed intentionally. Every tear you cried is being translated into spiritual endurance. Every battle you survived is being turned into power for your future assignment. Soon, people will look at your life and say you are strong, but you will know the truth. You will know that I turned your pain into strength, your suffering into purpose, and your survival into destiny preparation. And what tried to break you will now stand as proof that you were chosen to rise stronger than what tried to defeat you. You thought it was over, didn't you? There were moments when hope felt fragile. Moments when you looked at your life and wondered if something went wrong in your story. When plans changed suddenly. When opportunities disappeared. When dreams you prayed for seemed to fade further into the distance. And you asked me quietly, sometimes with tears you tried to hide, God, did my destiny get cancelled? Hear me now, my chosen one. Look deep into your spirit and listen carefully. Your destiny was never cancelled. Not once. Not even for a second. What you experienced was not the ending of your story. It was my hand carefully hiding your destiny until the perfect revelation moment arrives. Because I do not waste purpose. I do not abandon the plans I place inside chosen hearts. Sometimes, I hide destiny like treasure buried deep beneath the surface of the earth. Not because it is forgotten, but because it is too valuable to be exposed to environments that cannot protect it yet. You were never losing your calling. You were being protected from premature exposure. There were seasons when you felt invisible, like life kept moving forward for others but not for you. You watched people advance. You watched doors open for others. And something inside you wondered why your path felt slower, heavier, more uncertain. But I was not delaying your destiny. I was strengthening your character, so that when your moment of revelation arrives, you will not crumble under success or responsibility. Because chosen one, destiny is not just about arrival. It is about readiness. I had to prepare your spirit to carry what I am about to reveal in your life. You had to learn patience when nothing made sense. You had to learn faith when evidence was missing. You had to learn how to keep walking when you had no guarantee of when the reward would appear. The world measures success by visibility, but I measure destiny by preparation. You may have felt like your dreams were buried, like your calling was quieted, like circumstances were speaking louder than your purpose. But I was working behind every closed door, behind every disappointment, behind every delay. Because your destiny is not meant to be revealed in small, ordinary ways. It is meant to be revealed in powerful moments, where people will know something supernatural has been happening in your life. Soon, people will look at your life and be surprised by how quickly things shift for you. They will think it happened suddenly, but you will know the truth. You will know I was preparing this revelation in silence while you were learning how to survive, how to grow, how to believe when nothing around you looked promising. Your destiny is not cancelled. It is preserved, protected, waiting for the exact divine moment when I will reveal what I have been building in secret. And when that moment comes, you will understand why I had to hide you before I revealed you to the world. Because what I am about to do in your life will be greater than what you lost. Always. You keep thinking you are just surviving, don't you? Waking up each morning, facing responsibilities, facing emotional battles, facing memories of what you have been through. And sometimes you whisper quietly inside your heart, I'm just trying to make it through. But listen to me now, my chosen one. I need you to hear this truth deep inside your spirit. You are not surviving by accident. You are being preserved for divine purpose. I have been protecting something inside you that you cannot always see. Like something precious being guarded in silence. You have walked through dangerous emotional seasons, spiritual attacks, disappointment, loneliness, and uncertainty. But somehow you are still here. That is not luck. That is not coincidence. That is preservation by divine love, stronger than your fear, stronger than your pain, stronger than every voice that told you that you would not make it. There were moments when life hit you harder than you expected. Moments when you wondered how you were still standing. When other people may have given up in the situations you survived. But I was holding you in ways you could not physically see. I was strengthening your inner spirit while you thought you were just struggling to stay alive emotionally and spiritually. Because I knew something about your future that your present circumstances could not reveal. I knew you were not created just to endure life. You were created to carry destiny impact. And destiny carriers must first learn how to survive storms without losing their identity in the process. You have survived things that were meant to make you give up on yourself. You have survived emotional wounds that tried to convince you that you were not valuable. You have survived spiritual battles that tried to make you feel powerless. But here you are, still believing, still breathing, still moving forward even when you felt tired inside your soul. That is preservation. Like protecting a flame in the middle of a storm so it does not go out. I have been guarding your purpose like something sacred, like something too important to lose before its appointed time. You are starting to feel stronger inside now, aren't you? More aware of your worth, more aware that you cannot settle into environments that do not honor the destiny inside you. That is not pride. That is spiritual awakening. That is what happens when someone begins to understand they were never meant to live small just to make others comfortable. Soon, people will look at your life and wonder how you made it through what you survived. And you will know the truth. You will know that I was preserving you for something greater than survival. I was preserving you for influence, for purpose, for destiny expression in ways you have not yet seen. You are not just staying alive. You are being prepared to thrive in purpose. You are being preserved like something rare, something valuable, something chosen for impact. And what I am about to do in your life will prove that every struggle you survived was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to keep you ready for the destiny I am about to release through your life. You are starting to see it now, aren't you? That slow, deep realization settling inside your spirit that maybe, just maybe, nothing you went through was wasted. The pain that once felt meaningless is beginning to look different. The heartbreak that once felt like destruction is starting to feel like preparation. And I need you to listen closely, because this is where your spirit begins to wake up to truth. All those nights you cried when no one was watching, I was there. Not just watching you suffer, but building something inside you that suffering alone could never build. You thought those moments were breaking you, but I was reshaping you, strengthening your faith muscles in places you didn't even know existed, teaching your spirit how to stand when your emotions wanted to collapse. Because I knew your destiny would require a version of you that could not be easily shaken. Do you remember how certain doors closed suddenly? How relationships faded without explanation? How opportunities you prayed for disappeared right when you thought they were about to happen? That was not bad luck. That was unseen protection moving quietly around your life. Like angels guarding paths you could not yet see, blocking spiritual collisions you were never meant to experience. Because I was not just saving you from pain, I was saving your purpose from environments that could have weakened your calling. You were being prepared even when you felt delayed, even when you felt overlooked, even when you felt like life was moving forward for everyone else but you. And now something is shifting inside you. You are beginning to carry a different kind of strength. Not loud strength, not prideful strength, but quiet, unbreakable strength that comes from surviving storms with your faith still alive. That is how destiny carriers are made, not in comfort, but in survival seasons where faith becomes stronger than fear. Listen carefully, because this is the turning point. What tried to silence you is about to hear your voice. What tried to break you is about to see you stand stronger than before. What tried to bury your dreams is about to watch them rise again with power you did not have before. Your pain had purpose. Your tears were not lost. Your suffering was not random. It was preparation for destiny activation. You were not surviving aimlessly. You were being carefully, divinely, intentionally prepared for a moment when your life would begin to show what I have been building in silence all along. And now destiny is beginning to wake up inside you. So stand up now, chosen one. Stand up in your spirit before you even stand up in your body. Look back at every battle you survived and know this truth. I was with you in the fire, in the silence, in the nights you thought no one was listening. I never left you. Not when you were crying. Not when you were tired of fighting. Not when you felt invisible to the world. I was there, turning your pain into purpose, your scars into strength, and your struggle into destiny preparation. Victory is already breathing over your life. What was meant to destroy you is now beneath your feet. Walk forward with bold faith. Walk forward with divine confidence. Your story is not finished, it is rising. Hope is returning. Power is returning. Destiny is calling you higher. So rise now, stand strong, and move forward knowing you are chosen, protected, and unstoppable in the purpose God has for your life.